Think of your pores like tiny drainage pipes under your skin. Over time, sebum, that's your skin's natural oil, mixes with dead skin cells and air. That mixture oxidizes, it darkens, and it hardens inside the pipe wall. That's a blackhead. Now here's why strips and scrubs only work on the surface. They're trying to pull something out of a tight, closed pipe, so they grab what's on top, leave the rest, and often irritate the skin around it in the process. You get a few satisfying dots on a strip, but 2 days later, the pipe refills. The Korean method works differently. We soften first, we open the passage, then we extract gently, and then, this is the step almost everyone skips, we close and repair. That last step is what determines whether your pores stay clear or refill within 48 hours. And this is where it gets interesting. Step by step, Sulusul step 1, the double cleanse. Oil cleanser poured into palm, slow massage on skin. We start with an oil-based cleanser. This is non-negotiable. Oil dissolves oil, it's basic chemistry, and the sebum hardened inside your pores responds to oil the way ice responds to warm water. You're not scrubbing, you're melting. Massage in slow circles for 60 seconds. Feel the warmth building under your fingertips. That heat is helping. Then rinse and follow with a gentle foam cleanser. Now your skin surface is truly clean. The pipes are clear at the top. We haven't opened them yet, we've just cleared the entrance. Pro tip, never skip the oil step if you wear sunscreen or makeup. Water cleansers alone leave a residue film that blocks everything that comes after. You're essentially trying to clean through a window with the blinds still down. Step 2, steam preparation. This is the unlock. A warm steam treatment, 2 to 3 minutes, causes the skin around your pores to soften and swell slightly. The pore opening loosens, the hardened plug inside shifts. You're not forcing anything open, you're asking it to open. There's a difference, and your skin responds differently to each. Lean over a bowl of hot water with a towel draped over your head. Or use a warm wet towel pressed gently to the skin for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Repeat 3 times. By the end, your skin should feel warm, soft, almost like it just woke up. Pro tip. Add a single drop of tea tree essential oil to the steam water. The antimicrobial vapor reaches into the pore while it's softened. It's a small thing that makes a real difference. Step 3. The pore vacuum now. The moment you came for. The pore vacuum works through gentle negative pressure. It creates a small suction that draws out the softened plug from inside the pipe. Not rips, not pulls, draws. Think of it like slowly uncorking a bottle instead of shattering it. Set your device to the lowest effective suction level. For most people, that's level 2 or 3. Never the highest. Start at the side of your nose and move outward in slow, steady strokes. Never stay in one place for more than 2 seconds. That's where most people go wrong. Circular motions in one spot create suction bruising, those red, blotchy marks that look like a hickey and take 2 weeks to fade. Slow, steady. Moving, that's the rhythm. Work your nose first, then your chin, then across the forehead if needed. You'll see it, the device draws out tiny threads of oxidized sebum. It's not dramatic, it's precise. And it is deeply, deeply satisfying. Pro tip, go over each area twice. The first pass softens and begins extraction, the second pass completes it, but never more than twice. After that, you're pulling on already clean pores and creating unnecessary irritation. Step 4, BHA toner. Right after the vacuum, your pores are open. This is your window, and it lasts about 10 minutes. A BHA toner, something with 2% salicylic acid, goes in right now. BHA is oil soluble. It travels inside the pore and dissolves any residue the vacuum didn't reach. It also gently slows the dead skin cells that were lining the pore walls. Pat it on softly. Don't rub. Let it absorb for 60 seconds. You'll feel a very subtle tingle. That's the acid doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Step 5. Close and repair. This is the step that determines everything that follows. Cold compress first. 10 seconds of gentle pressure closes the pore back down. It contracts the skin, seals the opening, and reduces any post-extraction inflammation. Just 10 seconds. You can use a cold spoon, an ice roller, or a cloth-wrapped ice cube. Then, ceramide serum. Niacinamide serum if you have it. These ingredients rebuild the skin's barrier after any treatment, signal to your sebaceous glands to produce less oil going forward, and visibly minimize the appearance of pore size over time. Not overnight, but consistently, week by week, you will see it. Mistakes and warnings. Now let me stop you before you make the mistake I see in almost every comment section. Most people do this once, see results, and immediately want to do it again the next day. Don't. Your skin just went through a treatment. It needs 72 hours minimum to recover. Over-vacuuming dilates your pores permanently. The suction, repeated too often, stretches the tissue around the pore opening, and over time your pores actually appear larger. This is the opposite of everything you're trying to do. And please, never use a pore vacuum on active acne, broken skin, sunburned skin, or any area with irritation or open wounds. The suction on inflamed tissue causes deeper damage and can push bacteria further into the skin. Once a week, that's the rule. Once a week done properly will transform your skin over 60 days. 3 times a week done impatiently will damage it in 30. For level tips, here are 3 things most skincare creators won't tell you. First, your diet is talking to your pores. High glycemic foods spike insulin, which spikes sebum production. If you're doing this treatment every week but eating high sugar meals daily, You're refilling the pipe faster than you're emptying it. Even cutting one daily sugar source makes a measurable difference within 3 weeks. Second, your pillowcase is a factor. Every night, dead skin cells, oils, and product residue transfer onto your pillow and then back onto your face. Switch to a clean pillowcase every 3 days, or use a silk cover. Silk has a tighter weave that resists the buildup that cotton traps. This is one of the smallest changes with the largest skin impact. Third, this is a night treatment for a reason. Your skin enters repair mode between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Cell turnover peaks, barrier recovery accelerates, and product absorption is significantly higher. Do this treatment an hour before sleep. Let the ceramides and niacinamide work while your body does what it already wants to do. You're not fighting your skin, you're working with it. Thank you for watching.